Hello, good afternoon. I'm going to read a book that my K-5 class really likes, and there's something special about this book. When I found it, I had to buy it because the main character has the same name as one of my students. Cece loves science and adventure. Gwen and Ezra's big sister, Cece. She loves this book because it has her name on it. It is written by Kimberly Derting and Shelli Johannes, and the illustrations are by Vashti Harrison. Cece loved being an adventure girl almost as much as she loved science. She couldn't wait to earn her camping pin. There was so much science she could explore in nature. Looks like she's in a tree house. That's pretty cool. I've never been in a tree house. In the past, Cece had run into trouble earning her Adventure Girl pins. Sewing challenge had her in stitches. The jewelry activity tangled her in knots, and the dance lesson totally tripped her up. But this time, Cece could finally put science to work. Cece packed everything on the checklist. First aid kit, sunscreen, bug spray, water bottle, rain poncho. Then she remembered what her science teacher, Miss Curie, said. Real scientists are always prepared. So Cece packed a few extra things just in case. Binoculars, notebook, pencils, camera, compass, chocolate, graham crackers, marshmallows, animal tracking guide, and twine. Ooh, she packed stuff for s'mores. Yum. Cece's friends Daisy and Caroline were adventure girls too. Cece's mother was the group leader, and Cece's dog Einstein was their unofficial mascot. When Cece's mother saw Cece's heavy bag, she smiled. "Looks like you had an extra checklist." "It's good to be prepared," said Cece. "Wait, we need one more thing." "Sweet," cheered Caroline and Daisy. When the Adventure Girls reached the campground, Cece's mother handed them the camping pin worksheets. Cece read the next task out loud. Set up your campsite. I wonder what they'll need for their campsite. Putting up this tent will be a breeze, Cece whispered to Einstein. But the wind did not agree. The Adventure Girls worked together as a team. Finally, they had built a home away from home. "I think you've earned a snack," said Cece's mom. "Einstein gets one too." Sometimes the wind makes it hard to build things. Caroline looked at her worksheet. "Time to go on a nature hike," she said. Daisy smiled. "This is the fun part." "I'll take pictures to track our route," said Cece, grabbing her digital camera. The Adventure Girls headed into the wilderness. Daisy found the perfect hiking stick. Caroline picked flowers, and Einstein led the pack. Cece took pictures of landmarks along the trail, a twisty oak tree, a dry riverbed, and a fork in the path. She also took one of a huge boulder that looked like a gnome with a mossy beard. Do you know what a fork in the trail means? It means you can pick to go one way or the other. Sometimes you know where you're going to end up, and sometimes you don't. And that makes it an extra adventurous time. All of a sudden, the sky grew darker. "Uh-oh," said Daisy. "I hope it doesn't rain," said Caroline. "It's okay, Adventure Girl," said Cece's mom. "Don't worry." But Cece wasn't so sure. She studied the gray clouds and remembered what she'd learned about weather during Miss Curie's meteorology lesson. "Mom, I think a storm is coming," Cece said. Miss Curie had talked about 3 types of clouds: wispy, streaky, and puffy clouds, cumulus, stratus, and cirrus clouds. The wind picked up and thunder boomed in the distance. "Cece, you might be right," said her mom. "Maybe the storm is far away," said Daisy. "How can we tell?" asked Caroline. Cece knew science could solve almost any problem. She told her friends about a trick Miss Curie had taught her. If we see lightning, we count the seconds until we hear thunder. Every 5 seconds equals 1 mile. Just then, lightning flashed across the sky. Daisy looked at her watch, and they started counting. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. When they reached 20, thunder rumbled again. "That means the storm is still 4 miles away," Cece said. "When thunder roars, go indoors," said Cece's mom. "We'd better head back to camp." They were doing math. 20 divided by 5 equals 4 miles. Cece's mom tried to map the route on her phone. "My GPS isn't working," she said. "Maybe it's the storm," said Daisy. "I know," said Cece, holding up her camera. "We can be detectives and use my pictures to make a map." Cece got a notebook and pencils from her backpack. The Adventure Girls drew a map and marked the spot where they thought their campsite would be. I think that's a pretty good idea. Suddenly, it started to pour. "Oh no," yelled Daisy. "We're getting soaked." "We need to find someplace dry," said Cece's mom. "I know. We can build a shelter," said Cece. "Our rain ponchos can be the roof," said Caroline. "Daisy, let's use your walking stick as a tent pole," said Cece. Soon the Adventure Girls had built a shelter. They climbed inside and huddled together to stay dry. It's a good thing they had brought the things that they needed, just in case. Once the storm had passed, Cece's mom said, "Time to go." "How long will it take?" Daisy asked. "I'm hungry." "How far is it?" Caroline asked. "I'm tired." "We can easily figure it out," said Cece. She showed them the photo of the twisty oak tree. "That was really close to camp," said Daisy. "The time stamp says 1 o'clock, says Caroline. Cece pulled up their group picture. "Look, that one was taken at 1:45. Caroline pointed to the gnome rock, and we took it right there. So if we subtract 1 from 1:45, that means we're about 45 minutes away from camp, said Cece. "That's not far at all," said Daisy. "S'mores, here we come," said Caroline. They're using pictures and math to help them figure out how to get back. 45 minutes later, the Adventure Girls arrived at their camp, ready to eat. But when Cece looked inside the tent, she found an empty marshmallow bag. "Einstein!" Cece's mom scolded. "Mom, I don't think it was Einstein," said Cece, pointing to the tracks in the mud. "Look, something stole our snack," said Caroline. "That means there's no s'more for us," said Daisy. Uh-oh. I wonder what stole their snack. Cece held up the graham crackers and chocolate bars. "We'll just have to make chocolate sandwiches," she said. "The Adventure Girls did a great job today," said Cece's mom. "You all definitely earned your camping pins. And because you solved problems using science, technology, engineering, and math, I'm awarding you STEM pins, too. Even Einstein." "Hooray!" cheered Cece. Science rules. Chocolate sandwiches sound pretty good to me. Daisy and Caroline hugged Cece. You saved the day, said Daisy. Thanks, Cece, said Caroline. Cece's mom smiled. Since you work so well together, I'm also giving you a special pen, she said, for teamwork. Cece smiled. Solving problems is always easier when you have a super team. STEM pin worksheet. STEM equals science, technology, engineering, and math. STEM also stands for Super Team, Einstein, and Mom. Science, the study of the natural world. Counted lightning strikes to figure out how far away the storm was. Technology, the use of science in solving problems, usually involving something that was created by humans. Made a map from pictures on the camera so we could find our way back to camp. Engineering, the branch of science and technology concerned with designing and building structures, built a shelter to keep us dry. Math, the study of numbers, quantities, and measurements. Use the timestamps on the pictures to calculate how far we were from camp. Caroline wrote down all the ways that they use STEM. And then Cece listed a bunch of different science facts. If you want to read this book sometime on your own, you can look at it in the K-5 classroom. I think there are some more Cece books that I'm going to buy for the school later, so we can read more about the Adventure Girls and Cece's science knowledge. Talk to you guys later.